Hello everyone. Good day to you wherever you're watching from. My name is Fadari. Um, Today we are about to treat the trend marker strategy reporting. So I want to teach you, I want to show you how to prepare a trend marker, what information that will be required, and also how the template will be populated. Okay, so this is for anyone that will be dealing with this report. It's very essential. It's going to help you and enlighten you as well to be able to understand the step-by-step approach to filling the form and to fill in the template, and also how to be able to project and predict the market direction effectively. Okay, so I'll share my screen so that we can be able to start together. Okay, so yep. You can see my screen now. Good. Um, so currently, as you can see, we have this report. Can you see? So this report is a daily report. So this we have the daily information of our high and low positions that we obtain on daily basis for every product. Okay, and we have the direction, which is also prepared from the high and low reports. Okay, so this line belongs to AUDJPY, this line belongs to AUDUSD, and so on and so forth. Okay, so the original prices looks like this, as you can see. This is the way the initial prices are. So from this report, we are able to generate the trend marker. Okay, so how to generate the trend marker is just to follow all the colored positions from the beginning to the end. So following all the colored positions from the beginning to the end, we generate the trend marker, and then so that's how we're able to generate the trend marker, as you can see here. Okay, so now from this report, we are now going to get this report. So this report or this information, we copy it to our trend marker data, which you can see here. So like I said, is March 14. Okay, so this is 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, sorry, March 12. Okay, so this is our data as at March 12, as you can see here. So we have all the information here, right? So all we just need to do is just to be copying these data into the right templates to help us to get the information that will be able to help us for the rest of the month. Okay, so this is very, very important and essential because it will be able to give us a better idea of when the movement of the market, and also give us the entry point and exit point effectively and accurately. Okay, so like, for example, now look at the blacks means the market is going up, and then the white means the market is falling. And as you can see, we are able to measure the extreme points of each move, whether as a buy or as a sell, according to these reports. Okay. So for example, now because I've already populated AUDJPY, so that's why I'm using this. So for the other ones, I'll be showing you how we populate it and interpret the market. Okay. So for the second part of the reporting, which is below, as you can see here, we have the first one, like I showed you earlier. The black means the market is moving up, the white means the market is coming down. Then we have the trend line marks as well. So the trend line marks helps us to identify in the trend mark, we should be able to have one straight line first. Okay, either of all the lines, one of them must be straight. So the one that is straight, or the area that is straight first, determines, and then the move of the others determines the movement of the market. Okay, so the cumulative high, as you can see here, and the cumulative low, this blue line, which is the cumulative high, sorry, so this blue line, which is the cumulative high, and this, like you can call it not orange, or like a bit pink or deep pink or something. This color, this line actually is cumulative low. So either of the two should be straight, okay? Or either of the two should be straight, should come straight first. So the one that comes straight first determines the direction of the market, because one of them is supposed to be at the most top or at the most bottom. Okay, so it's either the blue becomes the highest line, or this line becomes the lowest line. Okay, so if this one becomes the lowest line first, then that means the market is a buy. If the blue becomes the highest line first, that means it's gonna be the market is a sell. Okay, so as you can see here, and also the final one is just taking away more of the cumulative, and this one is just obtained from these three reports, which is the moves, the day extension, and the mid cumulative. Okay, so that's how we are able to obtain this last move. And also, as you can see here, the move helps us to tell us whether the market is going up or the market is coming down, as you can see. Okay, yeah, so that is it. So let me continue with the reporting. Okay, so the next product is AUD USD. So like I said, the first thing is to copy the data. Okay, so we copy the high and low first. So we come to AUD JPY, sorry, AUD USD. So this is AUD USD. So we copy, Control V, and we go down again. Don't worry about the information which you are based on the previous data out there. So after copying that again, then like I told you, we copy the trend. Okay. So which is this line. So we copy the trend for AUD USD. So this line, which is also the most, the trend is also the most. So we copy it here as it, and then we copy it as space special on the most line here. Okay. So we do the same thing to the top. So here again, copy, and then we get the real moves also here in figures. Okay. Yeah, so that's it. So this is a daily trend tracker. So finally, we just adjust the graph. Okay, so the graphs, the position stops here. So as you can see, the trend, it was high, it came low to this point, and then it's been high all the way since then. Okay, so let's look at the bottom report as well. Like I showed you, you can see down to this point, and then it's been up. For the next one also, you can see, like I told you, one of them must come first. So this one was also, you consider is a low that came first. So which shows that the market is a buy. Can you see? So from this information, you see that the market never came below this line again. So this gives us a quick direction and the movement of the market and tells us that, look, the market is now a buy. Okay, at this point in the beginning, you can see every market was coming down. So at that point, the market was a sell because it remains this as the highest then, right? But after getting to this point again, it changed direction and then the market began to go up, and then this one also has changed. You can see now. So from initially a sell at the beginning, and then it changed to a buy. Okay. And finally, as well, as you can see here, um, see, so this is the lowest point, the peak point, and then the market went all the way up. So updating this data and getting these positions, especially, like you can see here, this is the highest point here, the highest black. The market was a sell up to this point. And then from this point, the market changed direction to the top. Can you see that? So this will help us to be able to monitor and identify the movement of the market using these templates. Okay, so let's go on again to the next product. Sorry, I think the next product is Euro AUD. Let's confirm first. Yeah, so the next product is Euro AUD. Okay, so let's copy for Euro AUD. So this is data for Euro AUD. So Euro AUD high and low prices, copy and paste there. So we copy and paste that as well. Then let's copy the trend. So like I said as well, remember the trend is the last position at the bottom. So here we have the trend, we copy as well. So we copy the trend both directly and just in figures as well. Okay, so we paste there as figures. Then we go down again to do the same thing. Paste here. And then we paste here as figures as well. So that's all we do. Start high and low, and then the moves. That's the only place we fail. So after that, you see, so we just adjust. So you see here too, from a low position, the market was going up to the highest at this point, and then from this point again, the market came down to a new low, and it's been This been the lowest ever since then. And you see that? And also for this, you can see initially the high, no, it was actually a buy. You can see the red, this line has been the lowest out of this, the cumulative high and the cumulative low. As you can see, out of the blue and the so this has been, so the market has been a buy until it got to the peak here, as you can see. And then from this peak, all the other lines began to come down again. You can see here. So in between here is a sell, in between here is a buy. So the next trend is what the market is waiting for. Okay. And then the final diagram, you can see as well the final diagram showed from here, the market went up to reach the peak at this point, and then the market came down again to a new low. Can you see? So once we are able to project, you can see from this point, the market was all the way up to this point. From this point, the market was all the way down to this point. From this point again, the market was all the way up to this point. And then from this point, the market became all the way down. So it is these peaks of the market that we are more interested in. Just like, let's look at the first one as well, you see. So it is these peaks, this peak, this peak, this peak, this peak, this peak that we are more interested in. Okay, but in overall, we are only more generally appreciated to ensure that we get this peak, which is the highest, and this peak, which is the lowest. So getting these two other positions and getting the first one also helps us to get the best result in the market at every turning point of the market. Okay, so from every turning point of this, we are able to project and predict the movement of the market accurately and effectively for the whole month. As the market is turning, then we are able to take action towards the correct movement at every point in time. Okay, so let's go to the next product, Euro GBP. Oh, sorry. Okay, but let me just copy this. We've not finished that. I've not done the first side, so let me just copy this and paste, okay? So Euro GBP. No, make a mistake. Sorry. Okay, so let me just go and correct that. I'll go and recopy that later, okay? Yep, so yeah, so as you can see, just like I showed you, buy, sell, buy all the way up, came down a bit, buy up at this point again, it never came up again, started coming downwards. Okay, so we're able to monitor and take action as quickly as possible. Okay, yeah. So remember, the first point is just to copy the high and low positions. So Euro GBP is our next report. So we copy the high and low positions. Euro GBP, we copy the high and low positions. And the next thing is to get the trend line, okay? So we get the trend line again as well. So we copy the trend line according to the color here, and then in figures at this point. And come down again, Euro GBP. You can see here, we copy it, and then we copy as figures on the most line. So once we do that, then the rest is just to adjust to get the current positioning. So as you can see here, this is sell, buy to this point. So this has been the peak, and then sell all the way to this new point, 0.85. Okay. So for this as well, so you can see out of the two, so out of the two lines, you see that top 10, this CMI is the first one to remain static, and then the other one has been coming down. But you can still change at any point in time. It's just being ready and monitoring it on daily basis as if figure emanates. Okay, but as you can see here, the eye became static first, which is showing the trend of the market downwards, same as here. So like I told you earlier, you can see the peaks that we're interested in. We're interested at this peak, we're interested at this peak, we're interested at this peak, at this peak, at this peak, at this peak. Okay, so now you see it's going back up again. So from here, we want to start buying. When it gets to the top again, we want to start selling. Can you see that? So it helps us to identify those key positions that determines the change in the market movement. Okay, so let's look at the next one, GBP, JPY. So GBP, JPY again, copy the I and low. Oh, sorry, Euro JPY and Euro. So Euro JPY again, copy. Euro JPY come down. Oh, so I didn't. So Euro JPY again will come down. So let me do the graph of this, the top side of this of Euro GBP. Just keep on that one. So the next one, let me copy the trend line. For Euro JPY, you can see here this is a trend line of Euro JPY. So we copy that as well. So up down. So moves, paste it here. The first one the way it is, and then we paste it here as well as figures. Then we go down again to fill in the form. And paste here as moves again. So now let's adjust to see. So you can see from the picture as well, it was a buy here, and that was the peak, and then ever since then, it's been on the downtrend. For this as well, you can see. So just like I told you earlier, the blue line became the first line to be at the extreme high, or we can say initially it was the low, but later changed again when others pushed it out. After this had reached the peak and all the other lines began to run away from it, as you can see. So it was initially an uptrend because this became the lowest line initially, and then after getting to this point, it changed decision and then start coming down. And then for the final update, as you can see, same thing as on this line. You see the market move up. The key points, low, high, low, high, low. And you see that? So those are the main areas that will give us the best information of the actions to take. Same thing as this. Let's just get the graph. And imagine the efforts that have been put into place to prepare these templates. It's not so, but you can see the end result is able to help us to predict the market effectively with just the information that we put in. So the next one is Euro USD. So let's copy the first information here, Euro USD. Yeah, so Euro USD, copy and paste. Okay. So Euro USD. And the next one is to copy the trend line. So Euro USD, copy the trend line. Okay, actually it's also the mouse. So we paste here, paste here in figures. Euro USD. Oh, sorry. So let's see again. So we adjust that to our current data position. See, so this has been an uptrend ever since this point. It never came below this point, and has been an uptrend all the way up. Let's look at the full report at the bottom. Yep, so this as well. See, all the way up. Let's look at this as well. See that this line, which is low, became the first line to remain at the bottom. Okay, so, and then finally came last report. So you see, it was from this point that the market was able to make the final move that brought it to the current position, as you can see. Okay, so, and so now let's go to FTSE Gold and Nasdaq. Okay, so our next product is FTSE. So FTSE. And so remember, this is March 2024. Oh, so, so in this date is March 2024, not 2023, so that's be able to understand. Stand correct all the dates at once. So that's why the datas are very, very important and especially and necessary to get the correct datas, because without the correct datas, you'll not be able to make or get the correct information. Okay, so the data are very important. They need to be as much as possible correct and accurate to help to get the best uh, decision and projection of the market. And also on daily basis, getting those movements is very, very essential and important to be able to know when the market has peaked and the market is changing direction. Okay, so that will help us a lot. Okay, so let's get the moves of FTSE. So for FTSE, we have the moves. So we have the move here. So go back again to copy the move, put the way it looks, and then also in figures. Okay. Remember, just be careful. Like I said, we only want the figure, so don't type in. Even though it won't even give you opportunity, you only have to select from a range for the moves, you know. So you just have to select the moves line. Okay, so just to make it easier, that's why I'm pasting. So we only have two options to just get the information from either of those two. So same thing again, we just adjust our area of coverage to only where the data is. You see, the market was a buy to this point, came down all the way, and now went back as a buy. Okay. And you can see they move the lows, the lows, the lows, and then moved up again. So look at this as well. You see cumulative high had been at the top from the beginning, but after this point, it never came down again. It started changing upwards. And also for the last post as well, you can see. The key points. So even if the market decides to change, the earlier we get these key points, positions, the earlier we are quickly able to adjust the market or the performance to be able to get us the best results. So our next is gold. So let's get the data for gold, okay? Yeah, so this is gold. So we have the high and low for gold. So, see, and that's for HSS. So I didn't call the last part. So let's copy the trend moves for gold, okay? So come here again. So we copy the way it is first, and then we copy in figures. So again, we copy the way it is, and we copy in figures. Yeah. So from this, let's look again for, wow. So you see, this is a buy all the way up. Also, let's look at this. You see, all the way up, buy, and this as well, all the way up as a buy. Okay. So let's look at NASDAQ, our next product. So we copy the high and low. For NASDAQ. So we copy the high and low. Then we copy the next information, which is the moves. Is special. So again, let's see the movement of the market. See, the market has been a buy going up all the way. See here as well, the cumulative low is the first to be free, and then the market has been all the way up throughout the month. And also here as well, as you can see. Okay, so our next is GPP. Okay, so let's go to the top again to complete that. So you can see the market going up right from that point, and also for this as well. I see the market going all the way up to this point. Can you see that? So the market has peaked here. Let's see if it continues or it reverses. Okay, so the next product is GBP JPY GBP USD series and New Zealand USD series. So GBP JPY, get our figures. So GBP JPY high and low. So to copy the high and low, get the trend formation. So we copy the trend on the moves, paste as figure. Then we go up again, copy the moves, and then paste here as figures. Okay, good. So after that is done, then we adjust our report, our coverage area to show. So you see the market was uptrend to this point, and then it's been a downtrend, even though it tries to go up, but it never reached the peak. So from these peaks, we'll be able to know the movements of the market. Okay. So the same thing for this. We adjust to our current coverage. We adjust to our current coverage. We adjust to the current coverage. So we just click on the picture, it shows us the coverage, the areas of, and then we just, once we have this cross line, you use it to drag it to the area you want it to cover. But it has to be this icon. Can you see? So it has to change from a cross to this icon. So you get it more from the extreme top or the extreme bottom at the extreme here. Can you see? So like I explained earlier, you see that the blue line is the first to push out. Initially, it was the red at this point. So between this point and this point, it was the red. But when the blue climaxed, it never changed again. And the market had been on the downfall ever since then, as you can see. Okay, so using this information, it helps us. So for example, let's look at the coverage of this. Okay, so let's look at it on daily basis to the last day. So you see, at this point, let's start from here. So you see at this point, now, at this point, it's a buy, okay? Because this line is now the lowest, which is the cumulative low, is now the lowest. So at this point, the market is a buy all the way, okay? Now, this point, the market has reached the highest, the cumulative high, and no figure is going up again. So we are watchful. If the market should come down below here, then this becomes the new peak, and then we expect the market to reverse or either way or continue that trend. Okay. So we move to the next 2 days. What is happening? So as you can see here, in the next 2 days, the market is still peaking here and peaking here, but the last peak is this point, and then the market is not pushing out again. The market is coming down to the extent that the market is now nearer to the low than the high. So we begin to be watchful. So the next 2 days again, nothing has happened. The market is still in between them. But however, we can see that the market has pushed out of these two lines low, and then it's come in to the highest two. So at this point, the market is a buy. At this point, these two lines, the market is a sell. Let's watch the next 2 days. You see, the market has come down. This has moved, and then this became so, and then that has been the trend until now. You see, so this helps us to be able to know and identify as quickly as possible as the market decision, the market movement is changing. So using this information, it's able to help us as quickly as possible to project the market direction, and then we were able to use this to be able to get the market movement as fast as possible. So let's look at the next product, GBP USD. Okay, so GBP USD. So copy the high and low here. Copy the high and low here. Good. So now the next one is the trend line. Yeah, so again, like I said, what we just need to do is adjust the figures to get the position. Okay, so you see, wait until you have this icon, then you drag, you hold down and drag to the area of the data. You see this is an upward trend. Let's look at this as well too, an upward trend. And the final one as well again, an upward trend. Okay, now just like I explained earlier, let's look at this and monitor the movement from. So you see, wow, at this point, you can see right from this point, the cumulative low has stopped here. So the market or every other thing is going away from it. So from this point, this has been the low, and then this has shown that the market is going upwards. Okay, so you see, so it's still the lowest. You see, even though the market are moving towards it, but it's still the lowest. And then this one has also peaked at the top here. So at this point, the market is a sell, a bit. But let's see if the sell continues. You see, it's pushed back up again to a buy. Can you see that? So, and that has been the way it's been. Can you see? All the way to the current situation. So now it has peaked again at the extreme, and now a sell trend, a sell move is coming down. But all the way, if we have gotten the buy decision, the buy direction correctly from this point, then it will be able to help us in all these moves to tell us where the market is going and what it's doing. Okay, so that is the plan. Okay, so with this information, it's able to help us to project the direction correctly and accurately. And then from there, we'll be able to use it to now project the market and perfect the movement as much as accurate as possible. Okay, so let's do the top one as well. Yeah, so yeah, so I believe you've understood the concept of this. I'm going to finish it up so that I won't get you bored for now. So let me just do the last one, which is New Zealand USD. So just like I said, it's all about getting the reports. So New Zealand USD, which is going to be our last review on this. So you see, you copy the high and low. So the first thing is you copy the high and low. After then, you now copy the trend. You can see here. So you copy the trend. See? Yeah, so I've copied the trend. So let's see again, like we said before. So we'll use it to cover a period. You can see from this point it was high. After getting to this peak, it came down to this peak and then back to high and coming down again. Okay. Now let's go to the bottom side and see the same thing, but more in a bit more details. So just like we saw earlier, you see moved up, came down to the peak and went back up again. Also, look at this. You see the eye became static and then the market came down until this point and then to this point and then went back up all the way again. And finally, for the last one, you can see here, the market got to the peak at this point and then from the high came down to this point, the lowest figure, the lowest trend, and then going back again to another high. And you see that. So it helps us, any of the lines to get to, once a line is not moving to that direction, we quickly know that the market trend is changing. Can you see this point? We have no more high, so all the other lines are coming down. This point, we have no low, all the other lines are going up. This line, we have no high, all the other lines are coming down. This line, so, with this information, I believe it will be able to help us take the correct action. You can see no other low line, the market went up. No other high line, the market came down. No other low line, high, low. You see? Now, the market is up. So once it gets up again and no other high line, we know the market is coming down. Okay? So same thing, you can see no other low line. So it's been up. Now it's at the top. Once there is no more high line, then it's coming down. Look at this as well. Low line, no other high line came down. At this point, this is the lowest, no other low, high, low, high. You see? So at this point here, this is the highest, and then no other high line, so it's coming low. So if it comes low again and no other low line, we'll be able to follow the trend easily. So that helps us to identify the moves and help us to be able to take the correct action as much as possible at the right time. Okay. So so I'm going to stop the what's it called? So I'm going to stop the sharing. I'm going to complete it at my own leisure, but I believe this information and the steps has been able um to help us to be able to understand how. So I believe this has been able to help us to understand how the concept of the template works, and this will help us to make our trading journey very successful, because we'll be able to use this strategy to identify the point of buying and the point of selling. And then this will help us to take correct and timely actions as quickly as possible. And this will result in profit at every point all the way around. Okay. Thank you very much. I remain yours, Oluwase Farare. You can reach me on fadinvest at yahoo.ie. Fadinvest at yahoo.ie. Thank you and have a great time ahead in the year 2024. Cheers. Bye.